All right, well, welcome to the last HDBR meeting of 2023. Nicole, you want to start us off with roll call?
Sure. Owen McCall,
Here.
Josh Wilbur,
Here.
Sandy Palmer,
Here.
Michael Zink, Carol Ann Rogers,
Here.
Mike Pittman, Ken McWilliams.
Here. All right, did everybody receive the minutes from last month's meeting? Any additions, corrections, edits?
I move we,
Go ahead.
I move we approve them as submitted.
Second.
All right, Nicole. I guess all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so with that, we will get into the applications. We have 4 for tonight. Is that right, Nicole? Because that's what I got on
Yes.
mine. Okay. And so how this goes, for those of you who've not done this before, is I'll read off the address. That's usually what we use as the name of the application. And then somebody that's representing the application can come up to the podium. You'll state your name and address. At that point in time, Nicole will go over a summary of the application. Then we'll give you a chance to add anything additional to that. The board will then ask any questions that they have about the application, about what's being done. And we'll give a chance for anyone in the audience to ask any questions, voice any concerns or support for the application. And then we'll go over what we call findings of fact, which basically we will use the guidelines that we have for our applications, and then we will talk about that, and then we'll do a vote. Okay. If it is a favorable vote, you will get a certificate of appropriateness in the mail, and as long as you have the proper building permits, if that's necessary, you could begin your construction or your project as soon as you would have the COA tonight. Okay? So,
And just before you begin, as a reminder, please use your microphones. My extra recorder is not working, so the only way I can do minutes is by the recording. So if both the applicants can speak in the microphone as well as the board, that would be helpful.
all right. All right, so our first application tonight is 805 East 2nd Street. I'm not sure we have.
I didn't see the representative in the audit, so I did just email them. I don't have a contact,
Okay.
so hopefully he'll see that or be able to send somebody.
Okay. Well, we'll wait till the end, and if not, then we'll see about moving it. So our second application for this evening is 701 Presbyterian Avenue. If you would just state your name and address for us.
My name's Julia Clayton, and my address is 701 Presbyterian Avenue.
All right, thank you, Julia. All right, Nicole.
This is a contributing 1900 shotgun, zoned historic district residential. The COA request is to remove the front wood porch and replace it with concrete, remove and replace the east side step with a larger step, replace the existing doors with fiberglass doors, and replace the existing wood and aluminum windows with vinyl clad windows. It should be noted the front porch was already removed, which triggered the COA. This is the current doors. The applicant would like to replace them with fiberglass doors shown in either this design or this design. They're very similar. Couple of the existing windows, you can see the one there primarily on the left is kind of a screen, frosted glass, and she would like to replace them with a vinyl clad window to match the existing openings. And this drawing shows both the east step as well as the front porch, which she would like to replace with concrete. She has already gotten approval from the street department to put it onto the sidewalk as it originally sits.
Anything else? Julia, would you like to add anything to what she's?
No, I just want to clarify about the windows especially.
Okay.
The one window that she pointed out there on the left, it isn't even a functioning window, and really doesn't fit the hole. It's been like stuck in there and then trimmed around. This other window that you're looking at that is horizontal, it's just a storm window screwed to the outside of the house. There is no window there. And then the other windows, I just want to replace them with the vinyl windows. The wooden ones that are there do not open, and there's cracks underneath the bottoms of them. I actually had snow in my bedroom today from the wood window that won't shut all the way.
Is that showing up here, though? Is that one, the
That
one
is
you're
the
talking about?
window. That is the window right there where the snow came in,
The one on the right?
the one on the right.
Oh, wow.
You can see if you look at it, there's a real gap at the bottom of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the worst of them.
Okay. So is that all wood? Is that an all wood window right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And is that, you think that's original to the house? Cause it looks like it might be, but then again, I'm not real sure.
No, I don't think so. They look like they've been put in after the fact because they have like modern latches on the inside and everything.
And is there a pulley system or anything that you've noticed
No,
with it? Well,
there
that's
is
what
not.
Makes me,
They've
then
just-
that would be my telltale.
Yeah, no, there's no pulley
Okay, so
strength
that,
in
the
there.
one in the middle has no inside window. It's literally just something that they
Yes,
put on the
it's just
outside.
it's just a flip window
that's-
that they put there with a hook, and, that's a storm window that they screwed to the outside.
So it's interesting. And that's not all wood, I don't think, that middle.
No.
one. That's a combination of
That's,
something.
yes.
Okay.
And as far as the step, I really didn't know that I wasn't supposed to tear that porch off before I came to you all because it was dangerous. It was rotted in the middle, and I didn't want anybody to step on it. The porch that I want to put back there is gonna be all poured concrete. The steps will come down to meet
Can you
this-
go over and show us though? I mean, I
Yeah.
mean, but I'm trying to see what you're wanting to do.
Okay, so the step will
Okay.
just be like, it will be as wide as in between these windows.
Okay.
And then the steps will come down the same direction.
Right there where those steps are
Where they
coming.
are now,
Yeah.
but it'll be concrete.
Mhm.
And then it'll have an iron rail. And then over here, this is a not functioning step.
Yeah.
Because it's too narrow, and that's a wooden box sitting on there.
Okay.
The idea is to make a landing there in that square on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And. So
And
that
actually
we
have
can-
steps that go to that door.
To that door. That door actually goes into my kitchen.
Okay.
And then there's a big dip, you can't really see it from this picture, in the sidewalk that Ed's just gonna go ahead and bust out and fix because it's sunk in, so that it'll all be a nice even sidewalk
So-
all the way down.
And the water will flow a lot
Yes.
easier.
Exactly.
I
Can
would
you
have-
t-
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
I just wanted you to show us the front porch again. You're saying it's gonna be the width just between the two windows?
Yes,
Concrete.
it's not gonna go all the way across the front of the house, it's just gonna be like a stoop that will, see where this window is, it'll kind of be like halfway across that window.
So it's gonna cover up basically that bottom window that you were talking
Half of
about,
it,
half
yes.
of it.
Yes, and then it'll be just in between the door and the window, that wide, and I think we said, what, 6 feet out? 6 feet out, and then the steps will come down to the sidewalk.
And it's on post, or is it
No, it's gonna
Could
be
be
poured concrete,
concrete, the whole width,
Total
the
the
whole?
whole thing,
With iron railing.
with an iron rail.
And your iron rail will be 3 foot? the
Whatever it has
city
to
code?
be to
Yeah.
be up to code.
Yeah. Okay. That helps. Thank you.
I have a question about your window choice manufacturer, and you want to step up, or you're a contractor?
He's the
Yeah, so-
concrete guy.
I assume you can help better. So in the descriptor, it says that there's sill extenders and header extenders as a part of the window manufacturing. Does that mean that they're not made to fit the window opening, and you're going to do a fake slide out?
He's not the window guy.
Oh,
But no, these are replacement windows. They will actually, they're the same size as the windows that are there.
So they're gonna fit the space. You're not gonna make your
Yes.
windows any bigger than the space that's
No.
already there.
I'm not making any changes
so
to
mine
the
was just
size of the
about fit.
windows.
I want them to be able to fit the window space.
Yes,
that's currently there. Yeah,
yes, they will.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's-
Thank you both.
that's good.
And those doors, what they did was they actually took a French door and split it in half. So the doors that are going in there, the one with the panes in the top, it's gonna be the same style, it's just not gonna have the little squares at the top. It's just gonna
It'll
have
just
a,
be one pane.
just
basically,
one
that's
pane
what
of glass. And the other doors will actually be the same, but they will be a true outside door.
What, the first one is not going to be an outside door?
It is an outside door as
Both
well.
of them?
There's 3 outside doors, actually.
Oh, 3.
There's 2 that are gonna be like this with the long glass. And then this one on the back with the 9 pane at the top, it will be the same basically style door, except for it won't have the 9 panes in the top. It'll just be a plain glass. That's the back door.
That door now is a fiberglass door, isn't it?
No, I think it's
Is
a
it wood?
steel door.
Oh, steel door, okay, cause it's, I know it's made to look like wood, but I didn't think it was a wood door.
No, it's
Yeah,
not, it's a steel door.
No, I wouldn't think so.
None of the doors are wooden
Yeah.
now.
And you'll just plan basically to keep the doors same size again, right?
Yes.
Same fit?
Yes, because they are fit underneath of the awnings over the doors,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't change it. I would have loved to have been able to make them 2 inches bigger, because it would have saved me a lot of money, but they can't because of the way the little roofs are over the doors. It would have cost a lot to change those little roofs.
Yeah, yes. Any other questions from the board? Any questions, concerns, support from audience? All right, hearing none, we'll do the findings of fact. And Carol Ann, you want to do that for us? All right, thank you.
Okay, if historic doors are missing, okay, they're not missing, they're not necessarily deteriorated. As I understand, you just want them all to basically match.
Yes, I'm
Because you
I'm
got 3
matching
different doors.
basically what's there.
Okay, thank you. Install replacement doors that match the originals, but because those aren't originals, okay. Let's see. Using appropriate materials, you're going to not be using steel, so they will be an aluminum door,
No, I believe that they're
Fiberglass.
fiberglass.
fiberglass door, sorry, thank you.
I've got a slide for each design.
Yeah, this is porches.
Okay. Okay. So, the creation of false historical appearance, such as adding Victorian ornaments to a plain early 20th century porch, is not appropriate. The architectural details and ornamentation that are compatible with old style, period, and detailing of the porch and structure. Removing a porch that's not repairable or not replacing it, it says it's not appropriate, but that, I know that porch, I remember it. I go down that road a lot, and it was in bad shape. I would have torn it off as well. So when replacing a missing porch, keep the height as consistent as possible with the adjacent dwellings. And the house that's just across the alley from you there, they have a porch, and I think theirs is wooden though, is it not?
Well, no, neither one of my neighbors on Presbyterian, both of them are concrete. The one has blocks
That's right, it's concrete.
across the street of Lincoln there. And then the one to the other side, it has like a stone facade on the front of it, but it's a concrete porch as well.
Okay, okay.
And I'm not changing the height of the porch, it's gonna be the same height.
Yes, thank you. Let's see, this is the windows. The windows are not historic, and so frames, sashes, shutters, hardware, none of that is necessarily historic, and none of them seem to match. So by the same token, you want to do the doors match, you want to do the windows to look alike.
Yes,
Yeah,
all
thank
of the windows will be the same.
Okay. You can't maintain the historic windows because they're not there. replace in kind, using replacement windows, and actually you're probably what you're replacing them with, to me, would be a bit of an upgrade, even though it's not a wood window. But then all of your windows are not wood windows.
No,
New windows must match the overalls, well, it's gonna be the same size and opening.
yes.
They're not going to have divided lights. And exterior sides. Okay, next.
Do you believe that her application falls within the findings of fact?
Oh, is that the last one?
Yeah, that was
okay.
last one.
Yes, because I do believe, there's a way I say that. Based on the, this one, the preceding facts?
No, we're not making a motion. Just
Okay.
do, based on the findings of fact that
Oh.
you just read, you feel like, her application fits.
Yes, I do,
Guidelines.
based on,
Features and things that make them easier to take care of with those windows like you're talking about. They showed them to me up at Glass Unlimited where I'm gonna purchase locally. And, that window is no way comparison to the one that they're gonna put in. As far as being able to open it to the inside, to wash it, to take care of it. It's just, there's no comparison.
Well, there are a lot of different vendors other than Glass Unlimited where you can get your windows.
Yeah, and they're very expensive.
They are more expensive than
Very
vinyl, that is
expensive.
true.
Yes.
But, so I have to say, I don't feel like it is consistent with the guidelines because of the vinyl window issue.
Even though it was not original to begin with?
Yes.
Ken?
I agree with Carol Ann for the same reasons.
Sandy?
I guess I agree with Owen for that, that the guidelines definitely, the vinyl windows are not, part of the guidelines. But I think the windows that are being, I guess I'm backtracking here. The windows that you're replacing that aren't historic, I would agree with, that this is in conformance to our guidelines.
Yeah, it's always tough because material-wise, we do look at the materials and, we have approved some vinyl windows for other applications, time to time. Certainly, obviously, if they've already had vinyl windows in before, so how it happened and they got there. Owen makes a very good point. The problem with this home, it looks like it's just been pieced together, really in the past, and with a lot of different materials, which makes it very difficult to really make a great judgment call. And then here you are trying to actually, obviously put in things that are going to be consistent, for a home. I will commend you on the porch. I think that's the right type of porch for that home. It probably had a stone porch probably in the, when it was first built, right? But this will at least be somewhat closer to that, which is much better. And an iron railing, it'll make it look a lot better. And of course, then obviously the porch on the side. So based on that, I do think overall you're trying to do what you need to for this and meeting the guidelines. So with that, we'll accept a motion.
Based on the preceding findings of fact, I move that the Madison Historic District Board of Review grant the certificate of appropriateness to Julie Clayton at 701 Presbyterian Avenue to replace the wood front porch that's gone with concrete, remove and replace the east step with larger steps, and replace the existing doors with fiberglass doors, and replace the existing windows with vinyl windows.
Can I ask you to add the iron railing?
And on the front step, there'll be an iron railing on the step.
Do we have a second?
I seconded.
Nicole?
Sandy Palmer,
Approve.
Owen McCall,
Do not approve.
Carol Ann Rogers,
Approve?
Ken McWilliams.
Approve.
Josh Wilbur.
Approve. So you will get your COA in the mail, and you can begin construction as long as you get the proper building permits. Of course, you get your contractor here, he should know that. So congratulations and
Thank you.
have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you all.
All right, our next application is 601 Walnut Street. state your name
Hi
and
there,
address.
I'm Bill Jewell, and I live at 601 Walnut.
All
It's
right.
our house.
Thank you, Bill.
And we're the folks applying to build a garage.
Excellent, thank you, thank you. Nicole?
This is a contributing 1840 Italianate, zoned historic district residential. The COA request is to demolish the 1950s addition on the west side and construct an 18-foot by 26-foot garage attached to the main structure.
Okay.
This photo shows the addition, which they would like to remove. The drawing shows the setbacks of the garage compared to the main structure. The applicant is going to be using LP Smart Siding or Hardy Board siding or wood with steel garage doors that are wood grained, fiberglass shingle roof, and then trimmed to match the existing.
Fiberglass shingle roof, okay. Is that it, Nicole?
That's it.
Okay.
It
Mr.
has
Jewell?
shingles on it right now. We're just gonna replace with the same kind of shingles, but instead of a 3-tab that's on there now on the 50s edition, they would be a dimensional shingle, the newer ones.
That's what you mean by that, okay. I don't know, I've never heard them called fiberglass
Well, I
shingles.
mean,
That's why I was.
It's actually a fiberglass mat.
Get this board up in here.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? All right, is there anything else you'd like to add to what Nicole went over?
We are also applying to put a privacy fence in that side yard right there. And you can see the outline of it coming from the garage, going down, going south, and then over to the east. We have absolutely no privacy in that place. I'm having problems with theft. I goofed and I left a real nice ladder and a real nice skill saw out there here about 2 months ago, gone. A few days later, I noticed that instead of 4 chairs in the patio set, we have 3. So I'm walking the dog around the alley and I find the chair down the alley, crushed in. So we're having issues as far as theft, and I would like to go ahead and put us a privacy fence up. It would use regular 6-inch pickets, dog-eared pickets, and would cover that area that you see there.
That fence does fall under staff review, so I'll issue that COA because it does meet all the requirements.
Pardon me?
I do have a next-door neighbor, just to the west, to the left, that has a stockade type of a fence like this. It's around their patio and all of that right now.
Mr. Jewell, I really love the work you've done in that house.
Well, thank you.
You've done fantastic work, but I'm absolutely against a privacy fence on the major visual area. I mean, we live in downtown, it's a fishbowl. Everyone would like to have fences, but in the other piece, it can only be 3 feet high.
On a fence?
Doesn't
Yes,
stretch
on
beyond the front of the
That's the city
building.
ordinance for a front yard fence.
I'm not sure if you would call that a front yard. It's hard,
It's in your
I don't know
case.
what my front yard is, to be honest with you, because
agree.
it has a Walnut Street address, and it's, we're sitting at 0 lot line on the Walnut Street address, just because that's where it is.
No, most of us downtown fight that your issue with video and lights, security lights. So, to me, it'd be an affront to hide your house with a fence.
I think you may have to talk to Nicole after this, since it, right now, she's gonna take that up on staff approval, so,
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
okay.
Now, the other piece is, it looks like are you making changes to the exterior of yes, that piece. It looks like you're making exterior changes to the connecting building to the garage.
No,
Uh-uh.
Okay.
this is the old addition.
Yes, right.
Here, it goes that direction.
But the old addition's brick, and that looks like siding.
But a little bit further forward, because it's deeper
Well, that's fine.
than the addition.
No, it just looks like that addition, that drawing has your addition with siding, and it's a brick addition.
Well, this is brick. This right here, when he drew it up, he could not figure out how to draw that.
Okay.
Asbestos old
That's
cement
good.
siding. So he drew it in as lap siding. We
Out of curiosity, I have a question for you. Does the city come and make the access to your garage over your existing sidewalk there? Or do you
I
do
think
that?
our concrete contractor does that.
No, you have to have approval from the street department to cut.
Well, I know
There,
that's
there will
not,
be a driveway permit required as part of that.
okay, yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
So basically, your garage is it's definitely bigger than what you're tearing down, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be slightly.
Because I don't know how big what it is that you're tearing down is compared to the garage. Do you know?
It is about, oh God, what is it? It's about 15 deep and about 12 wide, and we're going 18 wide and 26 deep.
Yeah, the 26 is the big difference, right? And that's basically to get yourself to have a, what I call they call it 3-car, but you put 2 cars in it.
Well-
Type garage, is that?
Actually, because the garage will be an 18-foot wide garage, we can't really put a 16-foot door in that real easily, because then you start running into clearances on the side, so it'll be a 12-foot door,
Oh.
and it'll be basically a 1.5-car garage.
Okay. So it looks bigger in that drawing than.
Yeah.
How do you use a 1.5-car garage? Nobody drives half a car.
One car, you kind of scoot in sideways and hope you
Oh,
don't
you-
scrape the other.
Oh, okay, okay.
Christmas.
Christmas decoration,
garages.
paraphernalia,
Let's stop at Jesse Groves.
Okay.
and maids in there.
Is there anything else from the board? Any other questions?
I guess I have a question for maybe Nicole. I see we have down here 24 new construction outbuildings as in addition to 26 new construction additions. Isn't this an addition rather than an outbuilding?
Yes, but the additions didn't cover a garage, including the garage door, so I just included both. And
Oh, I see. I
if
see.
the board wants to pick and choose which sections they want to review,
Got
that's
it.
fine.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Any other questions? Questions, comments from the audience? All right, hearing none. Owen, you want to take us through findings of fact?
Okay. All right. Okay. New construction outbuildings, pages 101, 102. We have 24. The design of new garages and other accessory buildings should be compatible with the dwellings in the historic district. I would say this is compatible. 24.2. Site new garages and accessory buildings appropriately on the lot, which I would say this is cited appropriately. 24.4, the outbuilding should maintain a proportional mass, size, and height to ensure it is not taller or wider than the principal building on the lot, which it is not. 24.5, materials used for new garage and outbuildings should reflect the historical development of the property. His siding is going to be consistent with the siding already on the rest of the structure, so I'd say that is satisfied. 24.6, generally, the eaves and roof ridge of any new outbuilding should not be higher than those of the existing primary building, and it is not. Okay, new construction outbuildings continued. 24/7 windows. We're not talking about windows in this, right? There's no windows, right? So we can skip that.
Except in the door.
Oh, except in the man door. Yeah.
Actually, there won't be an exterior man door.
No,
There'll be access from inside the current structure into the
which is an
garage.
interior door.
Oh.
Okay, which is not visible,
Garage.
which means we don't even talk about that. Okay, metal garage doors with panel design may be appropriate. That's what we have here. 24.9, at double garages, 2 single garage doors rather than 1 larger double door should be installed. But I guess we're saying this is not a double garage, it's a 1.5. Therefore, a single door is consistent with the guidelines. Okay. New construction additions, which this is also. Okay, 26.1. Locate the new additions at the rear. That's where this is. And 26.2. The overall proportion should be compatible with the existing building in height, scale, size, and massing, which I believe it is. 26.3, design elements of the new addition should be compatible in terms of material, style, color, roof forms, massing proportion, and spacing of doors and windows. So we don't really have many details on this, but we do have compatible color. Roof shingles, he's saying, is going to be exactly the same. Massing proportion is appropriate with what's already there. And the siding material is also compatible with the existing structure. 26.4, additions should be constructed so they can be removed from the original building in the future without irreversible damage to significant features, and this does do that, since it is actually going up against the house in the exact space where an existing structure, not historic, but an existing structure already sits. So it satisfies that. Okay, we're all right. 26.1. Oh yeah, we did that. Okay, 26.6. We're not talking about windows, so that 26.6 doesn't apply. 26.7, roof lines should be similar in form, pitch, and eave height, which they are to the original. And demolition, I guess you're demolishing what's there, but that's not historic, so that's appropriate.
I think it's it.
Okay, is that it?
Yep.
Yep. All right, so given what I've just stated, I believe that this application is consistent with our guidelines in every respect.
Ken,
I agree, with all the same reasons.
Sandy,
I agree for the same reasons.
Caroline,
I agree for the same reasons.
I too agree for the same reasons. With that, accept a motion.
Okay, based on the preceding findings of fact, I move that the Madison Historic District Board of Review grant a certificate of appropriateness to William Jewell for the proposed new attached garage to be replacing a non-historic smaller addition on the west side of the structure located at 601 Walnut Street.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Nicole?
Owen McCall,
Approve.
Carolyn Rogers,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Sandy Palmer,
Approve.
Josh Wilbur.
Approve. All right, Mr. Jewell, you'll get your COA in the mail. You can begin construction as soon as you have all the proper building permits.
Good deal. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Merry Christmas. All right, the next application is 723 to 725 West Third Street.
Hello, my name's Rodney Pettit. My personal address, this is 723 West Third. My personal address is 3798 North Paper Mill, if you needed that. I don't know. which
Yeah,
address.
we do.
Okay. But I think what I'm here mainly,
Hold on a sec. We'll have her to go over a summary and then
Sure,
I'll.
sure.
Okay.
This is a contributing 1850 vernacular duplex, zoned historic district residential. The COA request is to replace the round columns with square columns. I'll just note, because the application also included it, that they will be replacing the aluminum siding with LP Smart siding, and staff has already reviewed and approved that. This picture shows the existing porch with the round columns. This is a sample picture of the wood square columns, not to include the brick. It will go square columns all the way down. And that is all I have.
Mr. Pettit, now you can.
okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, so basically we want to, this is a project we helped on 2nd Street with the smart siding and the post. We'd like to do the same thing to the 3rd Street house, is put smart siding on it, and instead of the round post, utilize the square post for that look.
Will those square posts be painted, or will it be like this shown here?
Like that shown there.
Are you by chance, you didn't ask for this, but are you by chance gonna replace the steps?
Yeah, the whole porch is getting tore off and rebuilt.
I thought
Yeah.
it might. Yeah, it was kind of in
And
bad
it's getting
condition.
siding. I think windows we're gonna do, but those are staff approvals.
Were those staff? Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's a
Could you
big project.
Yeah, it is. Big project.
explain how the porch will, those steps will be gone, what?
It'll look just like it is. I mean, the porch is falling down, dilapidated. I mean, there's rotten posts, and we're just gonna basically tear the thing off, rebuild it almost identical to what it is, other than round posts, we want square posts.
Of all those things, the posts didn't look, are they deteriorated? They
Yes.
looked the strongest thing on that front porch.
They're rotten too. If you can see this corner over here, it's fallen down on one side, and they're not very good shape. There's actually, I think there's concrete columns under that all that sets on. So we'll be leaving those, rebuilding off of that, and rebuilding the deck structure.
Now the railings, will those be painted?
No, I think I'd probably like to do like probably an iron railing, really. Like a black iron railing in between them.
If you're going with what you were talking about, the other one, it kind of, to help kind of go with the character of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have a whole porch, as part of this application? I don't understand why we just have columns alone.
I wasn't aware he was replacing the whole porch, but if he's replacing the porch decks with the same material and design, he doesn't need approval. So I was only aware of him replacing or changing out the columns. But he is welcome to amend his application at any time.
So I guess do you have a problem with the square posts or not is the question, but if there's something I need to do to make you guys accept it today, just so we can get it done, I'm game with whatever. That's the look we would like to go for.
I have no problem with the square, because I looked up and down that street today, because I travel that road a lot, and it's, there's a lot of houses with square, and some of them with round, some of them are carved, and they're similar homes to what you have here.
Yeah.
Some other duplexes and single homes.
But on this house, I mean, all of the trim is painted white, and now you're talking about having presumably, white trim around your your new vinyl windows, but then you're gonna have stained wood square columns and wrought iron or some kind of iron railings.
But we can't tell him what to paint. We don't
Right.
we don't have choice over color.
True, we don't,
So that-
we don't have any, I shouldn't have even mentioned it.
So really, I mean, if he wants to put in, if they want to put in stained wood and then look at it and maybe they want to change it to white layer, that's really their choice.
Right, okay, so
It's just really a
the,
matter of what their
but the,
architecture.
but the railings, that's covered, isn't it?
Well, if he's going from
railing
wood to
materials.
iron,
Yeah,
I would think that would probably be a change that
Yeah,
we would
we'll need to
consider.
add that if that's what he's requesting.
If you're wanting to
Okay,
go
well-
from wood to iron on the railings, then yeah.
We'll just leave it wood. We'll build it wood.
Yeah, I mean, wood's obviously cheaper than
Yeah.
iron, but
okay.
All right.
Okay, so you're going with, so we're adding railings to
well,
this.
if he stays
I'm just
with
fixing what's there.
wood, then he's
Yeah.
doing in kind. He doesn't have
Right,
He
he's
doesn't
just
have
repairing.
Yeah, he's just repairing.
That's right, that's
so
right.
all we are.
Yeah.
So we're back to just the columns.
Right, okay.
Which is what I assumed we were only having to do.
So, do you have any other questions about the columns?
No.
Questions? Any comments, questions from the audience?
Could we see that picture again? Is the roof on that porch,
This
is it
one
the
or
same,
It's a hip, same way.
hit the same
I
thing
think
as
it's
the
a
other one, it's
hip
just that we're
identical
seeing it
way.
from the angle?
Yeah.
You
What?
good? I don't know what it
What that,
You have
what
anything
that
else?
meant,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, with that, Ken, you wanna take us through findings of fact?
Yes.
Yeah, I already asked the audience,
So-
yep.
Guidelines 14.0 porches, page 68 to 70. So 14.1 is retain and preserve historic porches. Doorways included related features such as railings, posts, and columns. Maintain historic porch features and components. Repair rather than replace, but I think we all have been able to see it needs to be replaced. replace incline using appropriate materials, and you're doing that. You're not making a false historical appearance, or use of architectural details and ornamentation that are compatible with your style are perfect. Removing a porch that's not repairable or not replacing, so you were doing that. So I think this project meets the guidelines.
Sandy?
I agree for the same reasons.
Carol Ann?
I agree for the same reason.
Owen?
I agree for the same reasons.
I too agree for the same reasons. So with that, I'll accept the motion.
Based on the preceding findings of fact, I move that Madison Historic District Board of Review grant a certificate of appropriateness to Rodney Pettit for the project at 723, 725 West Third Street.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay. Nicole?
Owen McCall,
Approve.
Carol Ann Rogers,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams.
Approve.
Josh Wilbur,
Approve.
Sandy Palmer.
Approved.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
And thanks for fixing that house.
Yes. All right, we're gonna go back to the application that was first on our docket at 805 East Second Street. All right, we're glad you were able to make it, so.
First of all, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate your patience with us because this is our first time navigating through this process, so bear with us.
No problem. If you could, for me, if you could just state your name and address for us.
Brian Gutig, our mailing address or home address is 1739 Michigan Road,
All right, thank
Madison,
you.
Indiana.
I'm gonna have her go over a summary of it, and then I'll come back to
Certainly.
you, okay? Thank you, Brian.
This is a contributing 1880s L shotgun, zone historic district residential. The COA request is to remove the existing enclosed back porch and replace it with a larger addition and construct an 18-foot by 18-foot open-sided carport on the north side of the property. This is the only real street view of the property. There is an alley that runs
Yeah.
behind it. This shows the existing rear addition. It's an enclosed porch. And the site plan shows that they're wanting to increase it slightly, but will still be set back from the main structure. And then the carport will be at the rear, and that is an example of the carport.
All right, so Brian, you've already removed the rear structure, right?
Unfortunately, yes. It was falling down. It was a enclosed porch put together with old windows, scrap windows and whatnot. And, the floor of the porch was wood, however, it was just laid on dirt, so it had rotten through. So we unfortunately, in the process of this, it came down, yes.
Okay. And so you want to build back an addition?
Build
there,
back an addition, yes.
And then add a carport
into the rear of the property.
the rear of that, right? Okay.
So Brian, we don't have the dimensions on your replacement
Yeah.
back room. What's your plan?
The width of the house, I believe is 17, I'm sorry.
You have 18 foot by 18 foot, that's
That-
in the
that is for
carport.
the
That's the
carport.
carport, is the,
The addition would be the width of the house by 7, or by 10 foot. So, I think it's 17 foot by 10 foot,
17 foot.
Single story?
single story, matching roof line or a roof line that's below the existing roof line.
So you're gonna make a porch, right?
No, it will be a bathroom
I got you.
and laundry.
Okay.
Windows?
Yes, there will be windows, at least one window, and it'll be as per whatever the requirement is in regards to wood encased windows. So we will,
So it'll be a wood encased window?
either that or whatever is acceptable, according to the, standards.
We have to kind of
We'll say wood
what you're
encased,
requesting.
yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
wood encased, okay. Encased in aluminum, like aluminum, are you talking about aluminum clad, or are you
Yeah.
talking about, okay. And you're talking about one,
One, yes.
so one window, 1/1?
Yeah.
You know, pane, okay. Do you know about how big you're thinking?
Uh,
Obviously for a laundry / bathroom, probably not real
so
big.
probably, no, not a big window.
Usually you don't want people looking
so,
inside.
Probably, 36 inches by 18 inches or whatever a standard bathroom window would be.
72.
yeah.
And any doors, or this is just an inside room, there's no exterior
There would be
door?
an exterior door from that to the backyard. Again, I appreciate your patience on this. This is our first time going through this process.
If you're gonna have an exterior door, will there be any, you're gonna put any steps or a porch or anything from the door? It's just gonna walk right up, right?
Maybe a stoop, maybe, poured concrete, but no structure.
Fiberglass door? Do you know?
Again,
Not sure.
we're flexible, and I gotta say what you wanted to hear.
No.
We would, what I'm saying is, we'll put in whatever the standard is, whatever you set the standard as, we'll use that. So if fiberglass is acceptable, probably a steel door, since it is an exterior door, I prefer the security of a steel door if that is within the realm of possibility.
It's on the rear, so.
People will go, it depends on the person. There's a lot of people doing fiberglass nowadays because it's pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
But if you want a steel door back there, since it's on the back rear, I don't know that that's a real issue. You know, the rest of the board can weigh in on that. Okay. With the carport, everything will be wood, it looks like, from what you have there, shingled roof. It'll
Asphalt
be
shingled roof,
asphalt, and the same on your addition, it'll be an asphalt shingled
Yeah,
roof too.
and the existing roof on the house will have to be replaced because it's at the end of its lifespan, so it'll be a matching shingle roof.
Okay. So
with
you have
the other
shingled
things.
roof on there now on your house?
There is, yes, it's asphalt shingle.
Okay. I assume, the other part of this, I see your setbacks, okay. I don't think you've gone in front of the planning commission. I don't think he's gone in front of the planning commission yet, right? He meets the setback, so he wouldn't need to, yeah. I was gonna say, it looks like he does, but I just know. Okay. All right. Any other questions from the board?
Oh, is that a concrete pad where the carport is, or is that, just
It, probably be gravel.
gravel?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
That's a good question. Any other questions? Any questions, comments from the audience? I'm sure that you have a young lady back there who's gonna speak against it.
Yeah, she's gonna,
No.
she's gonna read me the riot act for not letting her know that we were supposed to be down here earlier.
You're all right. All right, with that, we'll go to findings of fact. Sandy, you want to take us through?
Okay, findings of fact on the new construction outbuildings, the design of the new garages and other accessory buildings should be, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading this far, compatible in the dwellings in the historic district. Thank you. I think that new garages and accessory buildings are appropriately on the lot. You've got the setbacks in conformance. Maintain proportional mass and size. And we're looking at this outbuildings, but I'm kind of going through this with the new construction as well. Are there? Okay, we'll do this. So then we're just talking about the carport right now. Material used for the new garages and outbuildings to reflect historical development of the property, using wood, and that, it seems to meet that one. Eaves, roof ridge, and any new buildings should not be higher. They are not. New carport should be located at the rear, which this is, I think, in conformance. New construction, locate the new additions at the rear, which you are. Overall proportion of the new addition should be compatible, which it is. Design elements in the new addition be compatible, and you say you're using whatever will get it approved on that one. That's
Yeah, I mean, we're flexible, and we don't have a strict timeline on this. So if you have to send us home to do our homework a little better, we can certainly do that. So we're completely flexible, both on
Yeah.
timeline and on whatever the
We'll-
standards are.
Okay. And we'll put that in the motion, that you're gonna meet the compliance, if you're okay with that. Should be constructed so that they can be removed. This is an addition that was there, and the other one was
Yeah.
pretty easily removed, yeah. And roof lines in the addition should be similar in form and height. They are, so I think that you are in conformance with the guidelines that we have. Thank you.
Carol Ann?
Did she say she approved? I approve for the same
Well,
reason.
no.
No, I
She
said-
said that she believes that he's in, his applications with fits within the guidelines right now.
Oh.
We're not doing
Oh, absolutely.
motions yet, yeah.
I agree.
Owen?
I agree as well.
I
Ken?
agree, same reasons.
I will tell you, I'm having trouble because because not seeing your actual architectural drawings
Yeah.
makes me really nervous because we have been burned on that a few times that I've been on the board. I will tell you, I think because the rest of the board feels comfortable with it, I'm not gonna not feel comfortable, but I will tell you that you absolutely will need to come in and talk to the staff about the materials you're putting on
That's
so
right.
that they meet the guidelines. So
And
they'll
I-
have to be within the guidelines.
I believe I've submitted
Yeah.
sample materials.
But just so you know,
Yeah,
it'd be, when you do this, that absolutely the materials will have to fit the guidelines as you're agreeing to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, I think it will fit. So with that, I'll accept the motion.
Okay. Based on the preceding findings of fact, I move that the Madison Historic Board of District Board of Review approve a certificate of appropriateness to Brian Gudick for the construction at 805 East Second Street for the addition of a 17 by 10 foot single-story addition with wooding, probably aluminum-clad windows, one over one exterior door of steel or fiberglass, asphalt shingles for the roof of the new addition and the carport, and that all materials used will meet the guidelines.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Nicole?
Josh Wilbur,
Approve.
Sandy Palmer,
Approve?
Carolyn Rogers,
Approve.
Owen McCall,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams.
Approve.
All right. With that, you'll get your certificate of appropriateness in the mail. You'll also need to file for building permits. And as
Yeah.
long as you have those, you can begin construction.
Okay, I appreciate everybody's time.
No problem.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we are to any new business.
Yep,
Nicole?
I just wanted to note, that, just for the record, 515 West Street was withdrawn by staff as it is not visible from the street. And 513 West Street was an incomplete application, because they did not have their notification signs posted, so they will be on the January agenda.
No problem.
And I do not have any new or old business.
All right, that will do staff report.
Staff approvals, we had 5 staff reviews since the last meeting, not including the one for Walnut Street that I still need to complete. All of these met the guidelines and were approved accordingly. I will note that Elizabeth Riley was on this last time, but she made an amendment to the lights and is actually using a more appropriate light fixture for above her sign. And then COA review, all the applications were done according to their COAs, with the exception of 902 West Second Street. They are still in progress.
Is that, because it's in progress, do we need to do a motion to extend or anything?
Nope, because they have started, they're still in compliance.
Good
They
enough.
just didn't finish.
Excellent. Any questions for Nicole? All right, so with that, we have come to the end of the meeting. I'm gonna take a motion to adjourn.
Not yet.
No, no motion to adjourn.
Not so lucky.
Oh.
I think the board needs to show
Will
their
you turn your mic
appreciation.
back on?
I thought I did.
No.
I think the board needs to show their appreciation for Josh and Owen for staying on here for 6 years each.
My God.
And that's dedication, and we all appreciate your leadership.
Well, thank you very much.
I was also going to mention that on behalf of Mayor Courtney, he does express his appreciation for both of you.
It's been a pleasure, and it's been a pleasure to serve with this great fellow here. He's wonderful. He always brought great insight to the meetings. Did all his homework, did his research. Cares a lot about this community. So, Owen, I can't tell you how much I appreciate.
Thank you very
it. So,
much, Josh.
Thank you. But thank you, Ken. Thank you to everybody. So with that, now I will say this for the final time on this board, accept the motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye.